Hi guys, this is Douglas of Black Engine number 10 here with another video, and you finally get to see my face after a long time. Yep, I'm actually dressed up for once. My hair looks nice, I'm wearing normal clothes, so I thought tonight I might as well make the Q&A video. And I say tonight because it is currently exactly 3 in the morning. I make really bad choices and now I'm stuck making the Q&A answers at 3 in the morning. I have a lot of questions on this second phone right here, which is my brother's. I'm sure he doesn't mind if I borrow it. So I'm going to be using this to answer all the questions on the Q&A. So let's just get right into it. First question is from James_Red_Productions55. His question is opinion on the Big World Big Adventures, or Boba as we like to call it. Explain why you think that way. To be honest, I haven't really watched Big World Big Adventures. I literally lost interest in watching the new Thomas series after I found out that Edward and Henry, my favorite characters ever on Thomas Tank Engine, were being kicked off. The characters, Nia and Rebecca, they do seem really nice, but to be honest, I don't get why they couldn't have just extended the sheds to make it more female characters, but keep Edward and Henry. Was there a problem with not doing that? I don't get it. But yeah, that's my opinion on the thing. I've seen some clips and I'm really not for the engine's body movements and bouncing. It reminds you of Chuggington, and it just doesn't work with Thomas the Tank Engine, if you know what I mean. Like, Edward and Henry being kicked off was like, yeah, just like the final straw for me. Anyway, next question. That was the only question he had. The next questions are from Edward Fan 1. His first question is, can you make the Friday the 13th special? I guess I could make something Friday the 13th related with my Thomas engines for Halloween when it comes in October. So you've got a long way ahead. Who do you like more, Nia or Rebecca? Like I said, I haven't really watched Big World Big Adventures that much, so I can't really say much on that. They both seem really nice, but I don't really know how to pick. I haven't watched them enough to grow to like them. Do you like Wooden Railway or Take and Play? I prefer Take and Play. Can you do a remake of the 3 Big Engines? I will be making a lot of remakes soon. I just need to replace my Trackmaster Gordon, Tommy Gordon and Tommy Edward, and then I can start making more remakes, because pulling them out by a string is not fun, especially when I know that I could easily just get new ones eventually, so just wait till then, I guess. Who is your least favorite and favorite set of twins? My favorite set of twins would have to be the Scottish twins, Donald and Douglas. They're really cool and just different compared to other twins. Bill and Ben come in a close second. I like all the twins, to be honest. Bill and Ben, Splatter and George, Donald and Douglas, Ari and Bert are really cool. I don't really have a least favorite set of twins. Maybe Bash and Dash, because Mr. Allen Rescue wasn't the best, despite me really loving it as a kid. What inspired you to make a YouTube channel? This is a good question. What inspired me to make a YouTube channel was all the other Thomas YouTubers at the time. There was me, there was Hyzora1, Donald9, Douglas10, Jake Videos 1, which is now of Onside Studios, but he left, Thomas Takealong, also known as the Green Caterpillar. But yeah, it was mostly Donald9 and Douglas10 on his amazing series and races that really inspired me. There was also Percy Engine 619 and Mr. Engine 88 with their Thomas Soda races, which I was addicted to back then. Like, I couldn't get enough of Thomas Soda races. Now they're meh. Like, I like them, but there's other stuff I prefer. Those were all the questions from Edward Fan 1. Alright, moving on to the next questions. These ones are from Rafi, a subscriber that I really like. He seems to comment on all of my videos. Appreciate you. Will you re-upload your races? If you mean the old ones from 2016, I would love to. I did something that was really, really stupid of me back then. Instead of unlisting my races when I left, I deleted them all. And I don't have the footage, so I really can't do anything about that. It seriously, seriously sucks, but I can't do anything. They're just gone. And I really regret that. I'm still trying to remember what some of the races were, but we all know that Jamie won in the end. And if you guys don't know who Jamie is, then I'll get into that later. Do you play Roblox? Yeah, I do play Roblox. My favorite games are Murder Mystery 2 and Natural Disaster Survival. I don't play much anymore, but when I do hop on, it's a really good time. When is your birthday, since you said new engines on your birthday? This is obviously about when I was talking about when I got Sahandle, Rusty and Scholarly. My birthday is the 4th of May, and I actually have gotten a few new engines after that. So I got new Thomas with a smiling face, which is literally something you guys probably never thought I would get, because I am bad. Like, literally my Thomas had a shock face for so long. I might actually able to find it. Oh, there we go. This is all that's left of him. Can we have an F in the chat for this poor, sorry, just trying to focus the camera on my face. This poor Thomas, like, he did nothing to deserve this. Oh well, rest in peace. And those were all the questions from Rafi. And the next person was to ask a question was Zero Videos 26F, another good friend of mine. His question is, what did you think of Misty Island Rescue? This is a really good question because the Miller era was not really good and the rhyming in Misty Island is terrible, but as a kid I loved Misty Island. It was one of my most favorite movies of all time. Thomas going on that raft was really cool, and when it just like disconnected and the ship was going off into the distance, there was always something so magical about that clip. But Ferdinand really annoyed me. I'm sure he annoyed a lot of you guys too. Misty Island Rescue, back then it was everything to me, and now I don't really know. It's kind of good, but it's kind of not. You guys know what I mean. That was the only question he had. Alright, next questions are from Bert the Blue Engine, and he has 10 questions. That's a lot of questions, which I like because I like answering these. Here are my questions. Number 1, what engines do you plan to get next? This year I plan to, I've got quite a few engines that I wanted this year. There was Scarlowy, Rusty, Sahandle, Smiling Thomas, which was long overdue, and where is he? Where is he? Somewhere. There it is. It wasn't. And James. I have a few more engines on my list, as you know. My Gordon and my Edwards have been broken for a long time. I need to replace them. These guys aren't doing it for me anymore. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, but you guys just aren't doing it for me anymore. I also have my Emily, which also needs replacing because she is also broken. Great. So Gordon, Edward, Emily, those are engines that I want to get by the end of 2021. I also want to get Peter, Sam, Renes and Duncan to complete my main narrow gauge engine set. Like within a year. Within less than a year, I'll have all the narrow gauge engines. Just like, wow, like amazing. What customs do you plan to make? I actually have a lot of customs that I want to make. I want to make Alfred, Daisy. I want to make a new version of, where is it? Andy. My Andy, which is, come on, yeah, my Andy. Trackmaster 2. I want to make a new version of him one day with maybe my old Thomas and some extra parts because I literally took that Thomas apart for a lot of parts and there's not much left of him. Just thought I'd tell you that. I want to make Alfred, I want to make Croven, Daisy, a new Andy. I also want to make Sam. You guys know Sam from Soda's Final Stand. That one character that looked like Duck. I want to get another Duck and actually her an official character. It'd be really cool. Yeah, those are the customs I actually plan to make this year. I also made Eagle this year, well, at the end of last year, which was 2020, which was the worst year of pretty much everyone's lives. My Eagle custom, I am actually really proud of how he turned out. I mean, the face white because of like what I did to James back then, because I literally cracked his face, but I'm pretty happy with how Eagle turned out. Just back view. Yeah. Number 3, who is your favorite character or characters? My favorite character, Henry, without a doubt. I love Henry. He's been a favorite of mine for a long time. But as a child, my favorite character was Gordon. Yeah, not Henry. Just trying to focus on Gordon's face. Yeah, Gordon was my favorite character as a kid. I was always obsessed with him because he was big, and the number 4 is my favorite number. Always has been, always will be. I don't know why, it's just a number, but number 4 has always been my favorite number. I think that's why I liked Gordon. Number 4, will you do an updated collection video? Yes, I really plan to do an updated collection video one day, but not yet because I do plan to get a few more engines. So before I make my collection video, I want to get these engines, then make a collection video, if you guys know what I mean. Number 5, will you do a layout tour if you build an official layout? I don't build layouts anymore. I just make a bunch of sets on my little grass mat, which you guys you know, it's small. I just build little sets on it now. I don't plan to make an official layout unless I get a big thing of grass and just lay out on my bedroom floor and build the tracks, but I doubt I'm going to do that. Number 5, will you do a layout tour? Oh wait, that's the same question. I'm just stupid. Number 6, will you get more Trackmaster 2 characters? No. I am not a fan of Trackmaster 2. The only reason I have Andy is because, I don't know, I just found this engine at the bottom of my box. I don't know what he was doing there. I think he was my cousin. Oh well. So I thought I'd just repaint him into some random character nobody cares about, but now you all care about because he's a ghost in the Tomisoda races, so yeah. I don't plan to get any more Trackmaster 2 engines. I am not a fan of them. Maybe one day, but I'm not a fan. They just get stuck on my Tomy and Trackmaster tracks, and I don't want to buy any more Trackmaster 2 tracks specifically for them. I don't see the point in it. And the details on the Trackmaster 2 models are just not what they used to be on the new ones, if you guys know what I mean. Number 7, favorite fan-made YouTube Thomas series. There's quite a few. There's Surgery and Conflict by Turtles and Thomas, who is amazing. He inspired me to make my YouTube series, and it was really dark. The Events of Surgery and History by Donald 9 and Douglas 10, who needs to continue it. Yeah, Brian, I'm looking at you. And The Engines of Soda by Thomas 1, Edward 2, and Henry 3. That guy is amazing. His series, despite not having like minimum death or any dark themes, his series was just so entertaining to watch. I don't know what it was, but if you're watching this Thomas 1, Edward 2, Henry 3, which I know you're not, I love you and your series. Thank you for making it. Hey, are you okay with me only saying one word in your videos? You say nice quite a lot. It can be a little annoying, but it's just a comment. At least you leave comments. I love reading comments, guys. Reading your guys' comments is probably the best part about making videos. Your feedback and your thoughts and what you think, well, that's the same thing, is the best part about making my videos. It's really fun to know what you guys think. And no, I do not have a problem with you leaving one word on my videos. I don't have a problem with that. Why would I have a problem with that? It can be annoying, but like when you comment like 5 seconds after I upload a video, because I know for a fact you haven't watched it yet. You're just commenting in advance, but yeah. My mouth is really dry. 1 second. Hydration. Number 9. Did you know that I included Demon Lady from your series and movie in Thomas and Friends Villain Defeat video? One video? No, I didn't know that. That's actually really cool. I'll have to check that out very soon. Number 10. Will you watch if just wondering? Also, I'm not forced to do that. I will get around to it. I am pretty busy normally. I've got school, work, and filming. I film every day. I've been filming a race every single day, apart from today. I'm meant to be filming... Where's the engine? I'm meant to be filming James vs Dodge right now, but instead I'm filming the Q&A video because I don't look scruffy, so what can I say? Oh, those are all the questions by the Blue Engine. Moving on, the next question is from Ben Blocks. Why did you return to YouTube? This is a good question. I left YouTube because my interest in Thomas just really disappeared. It seriously just faded for no reason. I don't get why. And then, after watching a certain video, it was by Thomas 1 Edward 2 Henry 3. It was his Haunted Henry Wooden Railway adaptation remake thing. Sorry. And when watching that, for some reason, I got a wave of nostalgia and like, oh my god, I need to return to YouTube. This looks like so much fun. I want to do something similar. And that's when the idea of Surgeon and Steam came into my head. And Hi Zara 1 and Donald 9 and Douglas 10 have been helping me plan it, and it's been put on hold for the Tommy Soda races, and when it does come out, I'm sure you guys will love it. So thank you, Thomas 1 Edward 2 Henry 3. You're the reason I came back to YouTube. And also just like all the fun, like I wanted to come back to doing something that I loved, and it was getting really boring just sitting in my bedroom looking over, like my box normally sits there with all my trains, but it's here right now, so I can pull the engines off of it. It was like really boring just to see them sitting there, and I'd regretted my decision like the month after I left. I just regretted it, and now I'm back. Yay! That was the question that was from Ben Blocks, and that was the only question. The next questions are... I need to stop talking so much. I am literally talking and taking no breaths. Merlin Productions. Number 1, why did you return to YouTube? Exactly what Ben Blocks just asked. You guys don't need a sec. You don't need me to repeat myself, so that was literally just answered. Are you going to do a Thomas and Friends collection? Also answered that question. Yes, I will be in the future. 3, who is your favorite narrow gauge engine? PSM. PSM is my favorite for multiple reasons. He's kind, helpful, and he's just like, his special funnel is really cool. Special funnel was probably one of my favorite episodes that I used to watch all the time as a kid. So maybe that's why PSM had a long-lasting impact on me. One shot of him like coming out the tunnel without his funnel was really, really weird to me as a kid. I'm like, oh my god, his funnel's gone. What? But yeah, PSM is my favorite. He's kind, helpful, loving, and they kind of ruined him in CGI. I mean, he's still nice, but to be honest, I don't watch CGI much, to be honest. Number 5, which one is the best, Tomy or Trackmaster? Trackmaster have released a lot more engines than Tomy, but Tomy normally has better quality. It's kind of a 50-50. Trackmaster, not Trackmaster 2, Trackmaster 1 actually did a really good job with their models. Sometimes there'd be a lack of detail, but to be honest, I can cover that myself. Like, this is the closest thing sitting next to me. Look, Molly's tender, I can just like do the silver detailings on it on myself. It's not much of a problem to me, lack of detail, unless it's on Trackmaster 2, because they are rubbish. But yeah, Trackmaster 2, bleh. Trackmaster 1, yes, and Tomy. So, to answer your question, I don't really know. I like them both. Number 6, what did you get for Christmas? I actually, like I've said quite a few times before, if you guys didn't know, I don't celebrate Christmas. In my religion, we don't celebrate Christmas. I'm a Muslim, if you guys didn't know that, so we don't celebrate Christmas, but I did get an engine around Christmas time, just because I had a bit of extra money, so it was rusty, so I guess it counts as a Christmas present in a way. So yeah, rusty was my Christmas present. Number 7, are you going to do World's Strongest Engine like you did in 2016? Most likely no. World's Strongest Engine, to be honest, is now a thing of the past. Not many people, if at all any people, do it. I don't think anyone does it anymore. It was just like a thing of the past that was from like 2014 to 2018, to be honest, and after that it just faded away. So those are all the questions from Merlin Productions. The next questions are from Kellis White. I have quite a few. First off, want to be friends. we're all friends on my YouTube channel. If you comment on my videos, you're automatically my fan and friend. So yeah, we're friends. Second off, are the engines Diesel 10 caught dead? This was at the time where the scrapped engines in Soda Racers were still in the scrapyard, but now they mysteriously ended up at the cross track, so they're alive. Yay. Besides Henry, he is very, very dead. And will Eagle be in your series? And finally, do you have a release date for the new series? Eagle will most likely be in Sudrian's stream, but I do not have a release date for Sudrian's stream at all. I've only written one episode. I've kinda come up with a plot for the ending of season 1. I know who all the characters are. I'm starting to learn the map of Thomas and Friends all, so I know everything and I can do everything perfectly. I am planning it, but I do not have a release date at all. You probably won't get one. It should be here in summer, autumn of 2021, so stay tuned. Those were all the questions from Kellis Y. I am actually flying through these questions. The next question is from Nath. Okay, what's 9 plus 10? Every single person on this planet who is smart knows that 9 plus 10 is 21. And why is Henry Douglas? Haha, very funny. If you guys want to know, Henry... Ooh. The phone's okay. If you guys didn't know, Henry is my favorite character, but Douglas is the name of my channel, and if you guys want to know, it's actually a really funny story. Henry, the Green Engine number 3, was my original Trackmaster YouTube name. Henry the Green Engine number 3, this beautiful, big, majestic green engine was the name of my channel, but I used to watch Donald Line and Douglas 10 a lot back then, and I thought, I want to be more like this guy, why don't I change my YouTube name? I changed it to Douglas Black Engine number 10, and then I changed it back to Henry the Green Engine number 3 after like 5 minutes, like, oh my god, I don't want to do this, no, change it back. And then I changed it back to Douglas the Black Engine number 10, and then I tried changing it back again to the Henry the Green Engine number 3, and it didn't let me. So I was just stuck with Douglas the Black Engine number 10, and it's just stuck ever since. It has a nice ring to it, and the short DT Ben 10 is what I call it, like DT Douglas Star and then Ben 10, which is actually kind of weird that it just comes together like that, but it just does. So yep, Henry is Douglas because I am stupid. And that was all the questions from Nath. The next questions are from Cars Jaden. Number 1. Do you think Mattel will make an accurate version of Gordon's Hill? Since when do Mattel do anything, right? Like, no, they won't make an accurate depiction or creation of Gordon's Hill. They will make an abomination that they call Gordon's Hill. Number 2. What was the first Thomas and Friends character you got? I actually used to have a lot of engines back in the day when I was younger. I say back in the day as if I'm like 50. I'm like 14. I used to have a lot of engines when I was younger. I used to have... I'll just put a bunch of pictures up over here. But the only surviving member from them engines is Duke. Duke has seen it all. He still looks new though. Look at him. His face, I mean, it could be better if you guys think. I think it looks okay, but I don't know what do you guys think? I think my Duke looks pretty good. Well, considering he's been around for 6 years, like not many engines can make it that far. Sorry about that, guys. The maximum recording time came up, and now I only have 6 minutes and 10 seconds to film the next few scenes until it cuts off again. Oh well. Yep, Duke was the first engine I ever had, technically, but the first ever engine I actually ever had was a Tommy Emily with her coach that came in its box, and I remember that day very clearly. It was a very magical day having my first Trackmaster engine ever. Number 3. When and how did you come up with the idea for Soda's Final Stand? I was actually thinking of what I'm going to put in filling in the gaps. Well, I didn't even come up with filling in the gaps yet. I just thought of it like, there's a lot of plot holes in this series that need to be filled, and I thought, and for some reason, like, all the time, new ideas just wave into my head. It was like, I just thought to myself, what if Lady was the evil one and not Diesel 10? It just flies into this stupid brain of mine, and I just make it into really complex ideas. It's like a soap opera, my series, yeah, I know. And it all just worked. Everything just worked out really well in the end. And those were all the questions from Cars Jaden. The next questions are from Thomas and Friends fan Oliver. Number 1, how get Arthur? You probably mean how to get Arthur. Well, I got my Arthur off eBay, so I'm guessing you have to do that too. You'll have to get your Arthur off eBay. Video of custom engine maybe. You really need to make it clearer what you're trying to ask, but I will make more videos on my custom engines. I actually plan on making a custom showcase pretty soon. Engine that you would like to have? Well, I want to get Gordon, Edward, Emily, replace them, and I want to get Peter, Sam, Duncan, and Rheneas. So for now, those 6 engines are my main priority. Probably the narrow gauge engines first, because I do have like these engines anyway, which I can bear with for a few more months until I get new ones. But the narrow gauge engines, I want to finish up the collection pretty fast. Here are 3 of them, and then here is another one, and another one. Yeah, so I think the engines I like to have are them 6 for now. But my list by the end of 2021 is going to grow a little bit more to a few engines I need to customize. Those are all the questions from Thomas and Friends fan Oliver. The next questions are from Eagle Productions, a guy whose races are really, really cool. What standard gauge engine do you plan to get next? Gordon, Edward, or Emily? Most likely Edward, because for some reason eBay I can't really find him much. He's pretty rare. I'm trying to find the exact same version as this one, a Tommy one, like I did with James over here. He was just a little different, as you can tell by the faces. His face looks more... Just focus the camera on his face. His face looks different, if you guys know what I mean, from this to this. Like just this, like the smile and everything. It's like something about the eyes and the eyebrows. But yeah, I want to get an Edward that is literally just focus on my face. Literally the exact same model as this Tommy, so I can take apart the engine, give this white running board to the new Edward, give it probably these wheels because I put all the Sharpie details on them, and these side rods because they're silver. And yeah, so it'll be a working Edward that's already detailed, and I didn't have to do anything. I really need to stop doing that. Alright, next question by Eagle Productions. Who is your least favorite Thomas and Friends character? I don't really have a least favorite, but I'd say Fiery Flynn. I've just never liked him. I don't know why, but to be honest, CGI is just kind of trash in general sometimes, so it's okay to not like Flynn. Number 3, what Trackmaster engine do you think has the best design? That's a good question. Out of all the engines I have, I'd say, if you mean Trackmaster specifically, I don't really know. That's a good question, actually. Of all my Trackmaster engines, if you mean out of all my engines overall, I think the engine that has the best design is Lady. The reason why I like Lady is she's simple, really simple and really pretty, like purple and gold, purple and gold, purple and gold. Just everywhere purple and gold. A pretty face, nice funnel, and she just looks magical. So Lady is probably my favorite model. Will you get Cranky or Brendam Docks? Yes, I do plan to get Brendam Docks and Cranky at one point in the future, just not yet. And those were all the questions from Eagle Productions. And now I have questions from C. Lim. If you guys noticed, I have that list because the retainer up here for my braces they took out. I went to the orthodontics the other day, they took the retainer out, and now I have a lisp. S. Scarlowy. Scarlowy. C. Lim. Here are my questions. Number 1, who are your top 5 favorite CGI characters? That's hard. I like... Sorry, 1 second. My neck's just hurting. I like Connor and Caitlin, they're really good characters. I'm a big fan of Marion the Steam Shovel. Her personality is really bubbly and really friendly, and she is definitely one of my favorites. And this camera is running out of time again, so I'll be back in a second, guys. Bye bye. So Connor, Caitlin, Marion. I also like the Flying Scotsman in The Great Race. Ashima as well. There's actually quite a few CGI characters I like. Philip as well. Philip, Connor, Caitlin, Marion, and the Flying Scotsman. They're probably the best characters in CGI that were introduced. The Flying Scotsman kinda doesn't count because he did appear in Tender Engines. I think that was the name of the episode. I'm just forgotten. It's left my mind. So yeah, them five. You know who I said. I've already forgotten. Thoughts on the Brenner era? Brenner era. Why did I say that so weird? Thoughts on the Brenner era, season 17 to 21. Not that bad compared to the seasons that came before it in CGI. They were not bad at all. I watched some of the episodes. I think it was after the engine started bouncing that I just gave up. But the episodes before that were all really good, and everything just looked brighter and happier. Like it didn't look really dead like the first few seasons of CGI. It was really dull and boring, like the animation. But I still used to watch it as a kid. It was all that was ever there. Number 3. What are your most favorite model and CGI episodes you have watched so far, and why? My favorite episodes, I am a sucker for spooky things. I like everything scary. Horror movies are my thing. So Stephanie Gets Lost and Duncan Gets Spooked are some of my favorite episodes because they're spooky. I'll give you my top 3, and Rusty to the Rescue is the third one. Stephanie. It happened again, guys. My camera cut off and I've completely forgotten where we were because I started deleting things out of my storage because the camera kept cutting off and I needed to delete some stuff to make space. So I'm gonna try remembering what question was. Oh yeah, I was talking about my favorite Thomas and Friends episode. Duncan Gets Spooked, Stephanie Gets Lost. It's obvious. Duncan Gets Spooked was really cool. The engine literally fell off the bridge. What wasn't there to love? I mean, it literally died right in front of us. It was really surreal to me as a kid. Like, oh my god, they actually just did that. And the shots of the driver throwing the rock into the swamp was really satisfying to me as a kid. It's like something other than that little poor little engine fell into the thing, and it was just really cool to me. Stephanie Gets Lost was my all-time favorite. It stars Stephanie. What isn't there to love? But other than that, it was just really dark and gloomy and just really cool. I don't know why. And Rusty to the Rescue is also another one of my favorites because it is just a childhood favorite. I watched it all the time when I was little. One of my favorite episodes, I used to watch it on repeat, and I'll make another video another time explaining my favorite episodes and why. But yeah, Duncan Gets Spooked, Rusty to the Rescue, and Stephanie Gets Lost are my favorite episodes, my top 3. Do you have other Thomas and Friends merchandise besides Tommy and Trackmaster? I actually do. I have Take and Play, I have some minis, I had a few Urtles, whatever you call them, and some little mini figurines. I'm looking at them right now, but I don't want to pick my camera up because I'm going to end up not being able to put it back up properly, so you guys will just have to imagine it. If you guys used to watch my older videos, like back in the day, 2016 old, you guys would know that before Trackmasters, my videos were about Take and Play and Urtles, and I used to have a few minis thrown in there a while back. Not long ago, I actually started collecting, well, I actually collected them in 2016 as well. Alright, everything was in 2016 back then, all the old races and all merchandise. Now it's just Trackmasters and Tommy because that's what my interest is mostly in. What other shows do you watch besides Thomas? I watch The Walking Dead, which is my life and soul, the best show to ever grace TV. I absolutely love that show. It is my everything. I can't wait for the new episodes to come out starting February 28th. And another show that I've been watching ever since 2012 when I was a little kid is a British soap opera called EastEnders. You guys probably don't know what that is if you don't live in the UK, but EastEnders is a really big thing to me. I've been watching it for so many years and I love it, and I've got 4 episodes to catch up on, so I'll be doing that soon. Next question is, how did you get into Thomas in the first place? It was just a childhood thing. Like as a kid, I used to watch Thomas the Tank Engine and love it, and I'm so glad that was the show I picked because it is amazing. And it just never went away. My interest in Thomas, it just peaked and it grew even bigger. So yeah, it was just a childhood thing. Who is the best Thomas YouTuber in your opinion? There's quite a few. There's Turtles and Thomas, Thomas1 Editor 2, Henry 3, my friend Hydora 1, and my good friend NWR Emily number 12, and Donald and Douglas 10. It's gonna be out, but my top 3 would definitely be Donald and Douglas 10, Thomas1 Editor 2, Henry 3, and Turtles and Thomas. Hands down the best Thomas and Friends YouTubers ever. Oh, and Victor Tanzik. I love Victor Tanzik. What is your favourite Railway series book and why? It'd probably be Bad Lookout, where the story about how Godred fell off the mountain and eventually became cannibalized to repair the other engines. That was really dark, creepy, and it was really cool. I just loved it. It was part of the book Mountain Engines. What was your favourite Thomas song and why? Accidents Happen. The first video I ever watched on YouTube was an Accident Happen remake. Looking back at it, it was pretty old, pretty corny, but back then it was everything to me when I got my iPad. The first video I ever watched on YouTube. It's forever gonna be such a beautiful memory of mine. And those were all the questions by C. Lim. The next questions are by, I'm going to butcher this name, Chuong. I hope I said that right. If I didn't, I'm sorry. You watch Disney princesses, and what is your favorite Disney princesses? I don't really watch. Well, I do watch Disney movies. Every time there's a new Disney movie, I'll watch it. And my favorite Disney princess would have to be Merida from the movie Brave. She is different. She's really cool, and I love her hair, curly hair, just like mine. Do you watch South Park? I've seen a few clips of it, but not really. It does seem really funny though. When did you get into Thomas? When I was a kid. Do you have any brothers and sisters? I have 3 brothers and 1 sister. Then those are all the questions by Chuong. Oh, I am saying that really badly. I'm so sorry. And the next questions are by Michelle Ko. What happened to your old Q&A from December 2019? When Copper was introduced, I panicked and deleted a lot of extra videos on my channel besides my YouTube series, which is why the first ever video is Past Tales, my first episode, instead of my video where I reintroduce myself saying that I'm back on YouTube. So that's that. And one of the Q&A was just one of the unfortunate videos that got deleted. Still, I didn't unlist them. I am an idiot. Ooh. Mavis fell. Will Sudrian Steam be canon to your main series, Thomas and Friends? No way. It will not be canon at all. I might make a few references just for the fun of it, but not canon at all. I mean, half the characters would be dead anyway. How does it feel? What is your... No, I've got this mixed up. Number 3. What is your favorite narrow gauge engine? Like I said, Peter Sam. How does it feel to be back? Douglas Black Engine number 10. It feels great. I've come back and I feel I've come back better than ever with that grass mat that's sitting over there and them rocks and pieces of Lego that I put for extra detail and all my beautiful engines. I think it's great to be back. Do you like Among Us? I love Among Us, and if you guys have not watched my Among Us video, Thomas and Friends, I will put a link to that in the description. You guys will love it. Sorry. My sense of humor is pretty dry, so the jokes in that episode thing were really, really corny. What is your opinion on season 5 of Thomas and Friends? Oh, hiccups, but silent ones. Season 25. A train wreck, and it hasn't even begun yet. I read online what they're changing, and they're literally turning our childhood dreams into a joke. It is not cool. Why did your Roblox channel become a Walking Dead channel? My Roblox channel that I introduced you guys a few months ago, I eventually just abandoned it. I got bored. It was never gonna stick, to be honest. I just turned it into a Walking Dead channel because I love The Walking Dead, and It's just got a bunch of tribute videos on it. If you guys want to check it out, I'll leave a link to the description. They're pretty corny, but they were mostly for my own personal satisfaction because tribute videos to The Walking Dead are the best and I love watching them, but sometimes I want to make my own and I thought I might as well just share them somewhere on YouTube. So I just put them up there in case someone would want to watch them. Someone did appreciate a character more though after they watched my tribute video, so that made me really happy. So yeah, that's why my Roblox channel turned into a Walking Dead channel. I would ask more questions, but I don't have any more ideas at the moment. That's fine. I like answering your questions. You asked quite a few good questions. Alright, the next questions are by Nathna 2.0, so I think my leg hurts. I think this is the same guy, Nathna. I'm not noob, totally pro. Wow. What is your favourite colour? Green. Green, like Henry. Where did you get your toys? eBay. And is Henry Douglas? Bunch of scary faced emojis. And I replied to this saying, okay, the last one isn't even funny. You're not funny, but whatever. Henry is not Douglas. I explained that earlier. The next questions are from Victor Jin. Do you know Victor Tanzik? Yes, I know Victor Tanzik. He is hilarious. 2. Will you re-upload your 2 previous Q&As? I have lost them forever. If I find them, I will re-upload them. Number 3. Where do you live? If you guys look on my Twitter, you guys would know. I live on Misty Island. But for real, I live in the UK. 4. Do you like marble racing? Marble racing, I'm pretty sure I used to be interested in rolling marbles around and racing them back then, but not much anymore. They are pretty satisfying though. 6. What is your favourite sport? I am not a sporty person, but if I did have to pick, it'd probably be rugby. Number 6. Will you travel to my home country, Israel? I've actually never travelled before. Maybe one day, but not now. I've actually only been to Paris in France once with my school for 5 days. It was really fun. 7. Will you react to your old videos? Maybe one day. That actually does sound like a good idea. I will do that. That was all the questions by Victor Jin. The next questions are by the K2 group. Are Scott Lowy, Sahandel, Rusty, Duke, Bertram, Peter Sam, Reneus, Duncan, and Eagle going to appear in Surgeon's team? Yes. Now I just need to get the last 3 engines. And will you get a Tommy Spencer, Murdoch, Whiff, Hank, Scruff, Neville, and Steven? I plan to get Spencer, Murdoch. The rest of them, Whiff, Hank, Scruff, Neville, and Steven, not really. I don't really need them. Maybe one day. Those are all the questions by the K2 group. The Fallen B12 has a question. Why does your channel have a pick of Henry? It should be Douglas. It doesn't have to be Douglas. It should not be Douglas if I don't want it to be Douglas. But I already explained that, so yeah. The next question is by DuckBoyAC130. A guy who leaves a bunch of comments on my races saying he can't wait for the next one. Literally 5 seconds after the race I just uploaded came out. Sometimes it's even before the premiere. That can be pretty annoying, but wherever, that was anything. Do you have a plan to get a new Gordon Edward? Yes, I do. I really want to get a new Gordon Edward. I seriously can't speak. It's literally 3:50 in the morning. I've been sitting here for an hour. Wow. Number 1, do you like Bill and Ben? I forgot to introduce whose questions. The questions are from Fahad Khaleesi. Alright, nice name. 1, do you like Bill and Ben or Donald and Douglas? They're both really cool sets of twins, but I'd say Donald and Douglas. Number 2, what is your favourite Thomas series? The Engines of Sodor or Sudden Conflict? Probably The Engines of Sodor though. That was probably my favourite. Number 3, did Satopa survive Sodor's final stand? That is a good question. He actually did survive Sodor's final stand, along with all the people that Duck and Oliver and Sam left at that one little station on the mainland when they went to go find the other engines. Satopa was in them carriages. He is alive and well. Number 4, what are you planning for 1,000 subs? I am planning to throw a party if I ever hit 1,000 subscribers. Mostly because I want that little community tab where I can talk to you guys through YouTube. It's a lot easier, it's a lot more convenient, and I just really want to have it. So I hope to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2021, and I am on 731. Wow. You guys are really, really good with giving me subscribers. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I want to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2021. It's like my New Year's resolution in a sense, to be honest. Yeah, I don't really know why I planned out 1,000 subscribers, but whatever it is, it'll be good. Do you like Trackmaster or Tomy? Both, but not Trackmaster 2. Who is your favorite female character in Thomas and Friends? Rosie. I really, really like Rosie. Rosie or Mavis, they're two really cool engines. I also like Molly, but not only in my series, because the Molly in the TV series, she really didn't get enough screen time. She was wasted as a character. Do you like Toby or Boko? I like both of them, and this is pretty ironic because Toby and Boko are like best friends in the races now, so... I like both of them, but if I had to pick, I would say Boko. Those are all the questions by Farhad Khalisi. The next questions are by Amy Olivia, oh my days. Amy Olivia. 1. Will you make Tomy Soda Races Season 2? Season 1 is not over yet, but I don't think I'll make a Season 2. I don't really plan on it. Number 2. Will you make a video about playing Thomas game on Roblox? Maybe one day. One day. Number 3. What Thomas and Friends episode are you most proud of? Your series, not the actual show? That is a hard question. Just 1 second. Let me just go on this playlist just to see all my episodes because my brain cannot grasp. I think the most proud I am would probably have to be... there are a lot of episodes. The Diesel Vengeance Part 3. That episode was action-packed. Along with Soda's Final Stand Part 6. The action-packed episodes are always the best. The Mount Soda face-off was really, really fun to film, but my hands were all over it. I did not put an effort to hide them. It looks corny as hell. I'm also proud of Escape, which was episode 42 with Rosie and Duke escaping with Splatter and Dodge on their tail. That was a very eventful episode with Molly saving them at the end. I'm also really proud of the Diesel Vengeance Part 3 with Donald sacrificing himself to save Bert and Ari being revealed dead, which was not very, very good at all. Those were the questions by Amy Olivia. The next questions are by Percy the Small Engine 996. What do you think of Bachman Thomas and Friends? Really, really cool. I remember when I first discovered them, I really wanted them, but looking back, I'm glad I didn't get them because there are all my engines to get when they're Trackmaster, but Bachman are really, really cool and detailed. What is your favorite video game? I don't really have a favorite video game. Minecraft, Roblox, or Among Us. Do you watch my channel? I actually don't, but I do normally check in on most people's channels that follow me. I watch a few of their videos, like a few, sometimes even comment. But no, I don't watch your channel much, but I will get around to it. Those are the questions by Percy the Small Engine 996. The next questions are by Winston Bonnaby. Number 1. Which custom engines will you be making after you get your new Trackmaster engines? Old Shape Henry, Edward, Croven, Daisy, Alfred, Sam, and New Andy. Most likely it's going to be Croven, that's first. Which engines are you buying? I've already answered that question. Number 3, what was your favorite Trackmaster engine and which was your last? Which was your first? Sorry, I read that completely wrong. I am getting tired. It's nearly 4 in the morning. What was your first Trackmaster engine? Duke. And what was your last one? My last one actually came today in the post, but I'm not going to show you guys that yet. He is sitting over there and he is beautiful. I can't wait to introduce you to him. I've already filmed a video of me unboxing him, but that will be up soon, but not yet. If you guys follow my Twitter, you know who it is, but if you do follow my Twitter, please do not spoil it for everyone else. I want it to be a surprise. Number 4, are you going to buy narrow gauge engines to go along with Bertram, Duke, and Rusty, which you already have, and to handle and Scarlet? Yes, I plan to complete the collection. Those are the questions by Winston Bonnaby. Next, Jackson Martini. How is Percy able to turn on without a switch? And that is a really good question. Where is my Percy? I have this nail that I put inside Percy over here. You can see the switch. I put this in here, in behind the switch, and just pull it forward, and it goes just like that. And then I flick it back just to turn it off. Normally I don't keep it in Percy. I actually store it in Gordon's tender. I store this nail in Gordon's tender to keep it safe, which I actually should do now, so it doesn't get lost. That is how Percy is able to turn on and off without a switch. Do you plan to get more non-rail vehicles? I do eventually, yeah, but not at the moment. Number 3, if you'd got any new gyms before your old series ended, would he still have been alive in Soda's final stand or not? Most likely not. He died a long time ago. I wouldn't bring him back. Besides that one ghostly appearance he had in episode 54, titled Ghosts. Oh, another question from Zero Videos 26F. Out of all your models, which one do you think looks the best? It's kind of a cheat. It's my custom Red Rosie. I am a big fan of it. I actually am really proud with how it turned out. Like, wow, I did this. This idiot did this custom, made this custom. But other than that, my Oliver. I recently made the running board black and painted the wheels black again, because I did not like how it looked. It just looked terrible. I also gave him a side rod. I literally made this side rod by cutting down on a regular size side rod, super gluing it together and sticking it on. And if you guys notice, this thing that connects the side rod to the actual wheel is like black plastic, but this side is grey. If you guys follow my Twitter, you will know the story. Follow my Twitter, I'll leave a link in the description, and you will know what I did to my Oliver to repair him and give him a new side rod. The next question. The next questions are by Rini Ginsburski. I'm sorry. I am so sorry if I pronounced that wrong. What happened to Jamie, the engine Bumblebee James that you used for your Tommy Soda races? That is a really good question. The story of... Let me just put Rosie down here. Let me sit up for this. The story of Jamie, it's tragic. Jamie was fast, efficient, and really beautiful. I was so happy to have a Bumblebee James. I moved house eventually in 2017, early 2017, and Jamie didn't make it to that house move. He went missing. Simply lost him in the house move. I would do anything to find him again, but he wasn't in my boxes, so it's most likely I left him at that house, and it's been 4 years, so he's long gone. Rest in peace, Jamie. We all missed you. He won the soda races and now he's gone. May he rest in peace. Anyway, enough being negative. Let's go on to the next question. Do you have any pets? I actually do. I have 9 cats. Right now 4 kittens as well. And 4 hamsters. Yes, I am not lying. Here's a picture right over here or here of all my cats, and there might be a picture of the kittens. I don't have pictures of the hamsters, but we have 4 hamsters too. It is a big family. Which soda races are your favourite, not including yours? Donald 9 Douglas 10's races, Percy Engine 619's races, Mr. Engine 88's races, and Eagle Productions races. Those are my favourites. My favourites are obviously Percy Engine 619's. I seriously can't talk. I am tired as hell. What is your favourite colour? Green. What happened to Slender Engine? If you mean the Slender Engine that appeared in that one video where Bill, Arthur, Stanley and Stepney played a game, that was Donald with a piece of paper stuck on his face. And there are a few more questions by the K2 group, one more question by him. After the COVID 2019, can I meet you during the summer holiday in Morocco? If yes, bring 19 Tomy curves, Snapwood Station, The Crossing, 4 small Tomy straights, only trains, Tomy, 1 curve track, 4 Tomy shades, 2 normal switches, 3 switch, get on dual track, all your wagons, Ellsbridge Station, and 2 Trackmaster straight tracks. There is a 0% chance I am going to travel to Morocco. I am sorry, but I don't go anywhere, and I probably wouldn't be able to anywhere. I'm like 14, I'm basically a big baby. I cannot travel alone. The last questions are by Trade Wizard 1010. Do you play Mario games? No, I do not. And the last question: are you going to get new Percy? I don't need to get new Percy. Just because his Switch is broken doesn't mean he's anything bad about him. Everything about him else is perfect. The black wheels, the number 6, the stripes that I painted on, and his face, which you can tell is not what the Percy used to be. I colored his eyes in fully and gave him new eyebrows because they were practically fading away. And the white running board, so I don't need a new Percy. I am happy with my Percy. I'm just focusing the camera on my face. And that's it, guys. Those were all the questions you guys left me. You guys left me a lot of questions. It took me, wow, it's 4 a.m. It took me exactly 1 hour to answer all these questions, and it's going to be fun editing this video and seeing how much of an idiot I look like, because I seriously can't tell if I'm looking in the right places all the time. If I'm going to look there or if I'm going to look there into that camera. We'll find out when we'll find out when I edit this video, which will be tomorrow, because I am tired. I am going to bed. I am getting out of these clothes. I am uncomfy on sitting on this hardwood floor. I just want to go to sleep. Thanks for watching, guys. The next Q&A that I make probably won't be for 800 subscribers. It'll probably be a long way away. This Q&A won't be going anywhere. I'll keep it up, but thank you for all the questions, guys. I loved answering them, even though my face looks horrible right now. It probably doesn't look like I enjoyed it, but I actually did enjoy all the questions. You guys have some really amazing questions, and thank you for helping me hit 700 subscribers. It was amazing. I never ever thought I'd be able to hit 700 subscribers. When I started YouTube, I literally had 0, and now 731 subscribers later, I'm just amazed at how many I have. I appreciate all of you. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!